you students, as you leave today, thank your teachers for allowing you to be part of this. This was by voluntary basis only. And so it was very nice that your teachers were willing to bring you this morning and allow you to be part of this special morning. We have a lot of things in store for the next hour. And I just want to remind you, and you've heard me say this many times this year, but we're not just about taking tests here at Gulfview, and it feels like that's all we do in fourth quarter. But when you look around and you look at the things that have happened this quarter that have nothing to do with tests, it shows that we have learned so much just about ourselves, not just about academics this school year. I'm going to read a quote to you because it ties in with all the times I've talked about being positive difference makers, and it really describes what's going on this morning. At the end of the day, it's not about what you have or even just what you've accomplished, which we've accomplished a lot this year, as you can tell. It's about who you've lifted up, who you've made better. It's about what you've given back. So you are in for a treat this morning because you are about to receive some of the amazing music that these students are giving back today. But you're also a part of a very special ceremony of a flag induction, which you see over to the left. And Ms. Gully is going to talk a little bit about the history of how this came to be and the service opportunity that her students took part in to be able to get this flag here. There are two very special individuals that are here this morning that built the case for us, and I just want to thank them publicly. Kenny Aljiji and Dennis Miller. They did a phenomenal job of building this case. And we can thank them. And so as we get this started this morning, again, I just want to say thank you for being involved, and for those of you that were part of this service opportunity and the musicians today, thank you for giving back, because that's part of what we're about here at Gulfview. So this morning we're just going to get started with the introduction and the background and the history, and Ms. Gully is going to share a little bit about that.
Good morning. What a joyous occasion, isn't this? And it's a historic occasion too. Thank you for being here with us. Don't worry, it's only 3 pages. All right. I remember when my daughter first returned from deployment from the deserts of Afghanistan. She got out of the car, her hand still on the door, nose pointed to the blue sky, and she took a deep breath. Fresh air. Oh, smells so good. I miss it. I confess I didn't notice. I've taken it all for granted. That is what today is about, pausing. And for at least a few minutes, not taking for granted all that we have living here in free America. Last December, the orchestra, chorus, and 7th grade classes, technology classes of Gulfview Middle donated their Halloween candy to the U.S. Army troops stationed in Afghanistan. We filled the boxes with candy and 3 colored poster-sized notes of love and support. Through my daughter's connection, Sergeant Brandon Thornsberry was our contact. The boxes arrived in time for the holidays, an even more difficult time to be away from home. Sergeant Thornsberry and his men were so grateful that they sent us gifts in return. Photos and of course the flag, this flag, which was flown over their base. Thanks to Mr. Huseman, our Mr. Perez, and Collier County Schools' talented tradesmen, we have a customized frame of all the gifts here, hanging on our wall. Let's be reminded when we see that the freedom we have to breathe the fresh air every day is a gift. It was paid for, it is being protected. For me and for you. In my latest message to Sergeant Thornsberry, I wrote, "Thank you for serving us." He answered, "No problem. You're very welcome. I got you covered, anytime, anywhere, for as long as I can." Heroes. We have heroes among us. Let's never forget.
So as we begin the flag dedication ceremony, I have 7 technology students that are going to come up, and they have parts that they're going to read, so please come and join me on the stage. And I read somewhere that when you want to thank a soldier, you should be the type of American worth fighting for, and I'm proud to say that we've got a lot of Americans here worth fighting for today, and I thank you for that.
Therefore, in the name of citizens of Florida and the United States of America, I now dedicate this flag. I dedicate it to the memory of those in the Navy who guarded our inland seas and ocean coasts and fell in defense of our flag.
I dedicate it to the memory of those in the Army who fought for our hillsides and valleys and plains and fell in defense of the flag.
I dedicate it to all the citizens who fought for the authority of the Constitution and fell in defense of the flag.
Finally, I dedicate it in the memory of all Americans since our country's beginning, who on land, on sea, and in the air fought for their country and fell in defense of it.
I would now ask those of you who are able to rise and bow your heads in a moment of silence in memory of those who served under this flag and to honor the flag itself.
I would now ask the audience to turn to the flag, place your hand over your heart, and pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For those of you that can remain standing, we now have a treat that the orchestra, chorus, and band are going to be leading us in the Star Spangled Banner. So please stand.